Hey everyone, doing a little comparison between attacks. I had a screenshot, but I just recorded this like 2 minutes ago, but I looked at the time and it was 17 minutes, and I am not uploading a 17-minute video. That is ridiculous. So I am going to record it again and make it a little bit faster, cut myself a little bit shorter on the explanation, but I'll still get my points through. Alright, so we just had a war against Winter is Coming. We did win. It was a pretty good war. But I got a little question from jrj right here. He's one of our Town Hall 10s. Why his attack failed against the same base that Flash attacked, but with basically the same troop composition. So I'm going to be focusing on that real quick. I won't go exactly through deadly like what they did, like I did last recording. But I will go through the basics. So I'll go through jrj's attack first, and then Flash's attack to see if maybe if you guys pick up on what they did differently, but I'll kind of explain that. So they both started from the top and used balloons. It was like a go lava balloon, and they both placed, well, golems. jrj used one golem here and then another golem here. He placed a few wizards throughout, and then a jump spell here, eventually a poison spell here, and a rage spell here to help with the clan castle kill. His queen did kill it. There is a difference in the attacks with queen and king, but they basically did the same work. Even though there is a difference in levels, they basically did the same work. It is not a complete difference in the levels either. It's just a few. They did kill off a few structures on each side here, and that's almost identical in both attacks. Down here, down this way, jrj dropped one lava hound from this way, one lava hound from this way, and one lava hound from this way, whilst periodically dropping a few balloons. I'll use X's because they're a little bit easier to see. A few balloons around these edges. And then when those balloons got closer in, he dropped a few more balloons throughout. I keep saying that. Stupid. And then he dropped a rage spell in here, a rage spell in here, a heal spell about here, and his balloons died right about here. And that's what ended up giving him the 88% 1 star. It's kind of a crappy feeling, but it was about these few defenses left, as well as this expo, but that expo was not set to air, so that did not matter at all. And then Flash's attack, I'll go over Flash's attack now. It was very similar up here, but he dropped one golem here, wizards throughout, I got it that time, and then a few wall breakers. Obviously they both used wall breakers to get through this wall. And then his heroes right up here, he did delay his heroes a little bit more. That didn't have too much of an effect on the base, on the attack. He wiped out a few of these defenses. They both got the air defense, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. He dropped a jump spell here for the golem to help get through, and then a rage spell to help with the CC kill. Then he moved down to this bottom side here. He dropped a lava hound, I'm pretty sure from this way, and then a lava hound from this way, whilst dropping groups of 2 balloons on basically each defense. He dropped quite a few in this circle right here, but he dropped a few over on this side as well. But he delayed this side over here. He delayed this side a little bit more, and he gave these dudes over here a little bit of time to work through, just a very little bit. And then he dropped a rage spell in this area and a haste spell right about here. His balloons killed off these structures and moved this way, as well as some of them moving this way and killing some structures there, which was kind of helpful. And then his balloons went around this way, and Flash, this is Flash's attack, he dropped a lava hound going in this way, with a few balloons in behind, and a rage spell right there. And they ended up killing these defenses last and wiping through the rest of the base with cleanup. So the differences I'll go through now. If you picked up on them, great. That's you're learning or something. I don't know what learning is. jrj dropped 2 golems, and I know he has 20 extra troop space because he's a Town Hall 10 and an extra spell place, but that doesn't mean you can use tanks wherever. In total, jrj used 5 tanks and Flash used 4. Flash used 1 golem, and that's really all you need for something like this. It's a very small area, and when you're getting a queen and an air defense that are kind of very close together, you only need 1 tank. As long as you don't put the tank down and then get through the wall too fast so that all these defenses can start killing that tank, that would get pretty bad pretty fast if the tank dies too fast. And then jrj, he had 2 rage spells here, one right here, and then a heal about right here. That's obviously not the size. But he had sped up balloons. This is very important. Sped up balloons this way, but he did not have sped up balloons this way. He only had healed balloons. Flash, on the other hand, had sped up balloons here in this area, which was kind of like a bridge. It wasn't extremely important, but it did help a lot. It didn't catch all the balloons because it was out this way a bit too far, but it did help. And then he finally had a rage spell in the back right there, which was the final kind of game changer for the entire attack. So overall, the differences are jrj used 1 more golem. Flash had a haste spell instead of a poison spell. The poison spell didn't really do anything to the dragon and 2 balloons inside the clan castle. And Flash waited to use his Lava Hound on the backside, which doesn't matter too much because for jrj, one Lava Hound died on each one of these air defenses, and 1 Lava Hound flew all the way across the base and kind of just stood on that air defense. It wasn't that big of a deal, because he saved that Lava Hound for the end, or for this backside, but it did help a little. The biggest changer right there is that he had a rage spell to use on that backside, and that was attributed to the fact that Flash gave up his poison spell right here so that he could use a haste right there. Hastes are amazing for balloons. Now let me give you a few numbers before I look into the attacks, before I play them. The balloon's base movement speed is 10 movement speed, and I don't know if that's blocks per minute or what, I don't know, whatever it is, but it's 10. For a little bit of, if you don't know how fast balloons move, then a P.E.K.K.A. moves, just for like comparison, a P.E.K.K.A. moves at 16 movement speed. I don't know what that is either, the movement speed. The max rage spell, level 5 rage spell, the damage boost is 170%, and that's great and all, but the movement speed is very important for balloons. It is plus 28 movement speed. A level 1 haste spell is smaller and does not provide any damage boost, but it does provide a plus 28 movement speed, the same as a max rage, and that's one spell slot, and that's pretty important to see, remember, because when you're going around an entire base circle like this, you're going to end up getting slow balloons eventually, and that is not good. Slow balloons means slow moving targets, which means easy targets, and they're taking damage for longer, which is bad. Alright, so I'm going to go and play jrj's attack first. It is right about here. He's got 88% 1 star. Alright, so zoom in a little bit so you can see everything. Drops the golem. I'll play these at full speed, at normal speed, so you'll be able to watch them through. The video might be a bit longer because of it, but yeah. jrj does drop his queen and king a little bit sooner, but that, again, doesn't make too much of a difference. His king ends up going off to the left, while Flash's king ended up going off to the right. It does not matter. But you see here, jrj dropped his poison spell, which honestly didn't do much. Don't always drop your poison spell on the clan castle. It doesn't do much against balloons or dragons or Valkyries or whatever high HP defense or clan castle troops you have to deal with. Then he starts with his attack over here. His Lava Hounds are level 3. Pretty high level for Lava Hound, the highest level. And then you can see his balloon placement with these scattered balloons. When you place balloons, it's again another thing. You want to place them in groups of 2 if possible, so that they can kill those defenses a little bit easier. They do drop balloon or bombs a little bit more efficiently. Also over here, this tank, the Lava Hound dies too fast because he travels over there too soon, and jrj doesn't have balloons back here on this backside to help with that air defense. The final thing that really kind of screws over this attack is this wizard tower right here. I know Town Hall 9, Town Hall 10, you don't think about wizard towers too much, but that wizard tower right there will do a lot of damage to a group of balloons. 4, 5, 6 shots, and you're going to have like almost all your health gone. At this point, he has a lot of Lava Hounds left, but this group of Lava Hounds ends up rolling over this way, gets shocked by the Tesla, and he ends up with the 1 star. Alright, so now that we've seen that, we'll see Flash's attack. And I'll zoom it up here so you can see it. There we go. He drops the 1 golem, his wall breakers right away so they don't die by the cannon, or the mortar, rather. The Expo does get 1 of them. He drops a 3rd wall breaker, like a security wall breaker. And his wizards are a little bit more widely spread for the funnel, but the funnel doesn't complete, like absolutely complete, by the time he drops his king. The queen is also dead by the time he drops his heroes, so all they have to do, all those heroes have to do is clean out a few structures in this area and kill off that air defense, which is done right there. The dragon is also being killed by the queen, and she'll be raged. And the Lava Hound gets dropped there with a good grouping of balloons. There are too many balloons on this archer tower, in my opinion, but they're going as a group. They're fine. They'll be okay. He does wait on this grouping down here a little bit longer than what this is, so that these guys have a little bit of time to speed up and get caught up to these troops over here. He drops his last Lava Hound on this side, and he has that final rage spell to get all of his balloons moving through. Now look at how much of that rage spell his balloons actually used, and how much they used it to get through that archer tower and that first Tesla even. And they had so much more speed getting into these last few defenses. It was really important. And then that's pretty much the attack. So what we can take away from this, the difference between an attack, even though it's pretty much the same composition, is troop efficiency. Don't use too many tanks, or don't use what you don't need, and try not to sacrifice DPS for another tank if possible. Use the least amount of golems as possible. Efficiency of spells, which is very important. You want to make sure if they have a clan castle full of a dragon and balloons, try not to take a poison spell unless you know where the skeleton traps are and you know that it'll help you a lot. And you're using balloons. Take a haste spell. His haste spell is level 2, so that speeds it up even more than a max rage. If he placed it a little bit deeper, that would have helped even more than it helped. And that last rage spell, make sure you save your spells for balloon attacks for that backside, because you'll see, I'll just mark up this base a little bit. You'll see a lot of attacks have the kill squad kill off this area right here. I'm just using the back image of this base, and then they'll loop around with a few Lava Hounds from these sides, and then they'll have a Lava Hound in back, but they won't be able to kill these back few defenses right in this area. That is torture right in this area. I see so many attacks that fail with a few defenses in this area because your DPS just doesn't have enough oomph to get around and kill those, as well as maybe like an Expo in the center, but that doesn't happen too often. So, oops. So, yeah, that's pretty much what you got to take away from it. That's why the attack failed, was because of the extra golem, the poison spell, that stuff. Don't use heal spells with balloons. It doesn't work out that well. Rage spells are much better. They speed up your balloons and get them through the DPS faster. Think about how much the heal spell will heal each balloon, but think about how much damage the balloons will prevent when they kill those defenses faster. And I think we've casually seen it move towards the rage spells a little bit more than the heal spells. So that's all I have to talk about today. I will do a war recap video. It should be released either later today, or I don't know, it should be released. I really hope I get something out so that I can feature a couple of attacks like I normally do. Again, if you have any suggestions for videos, any questions, just like jrj had, he messaged me on GroupMe, please send me a message and ask me to make a video. I will be happy to do it. Weekends, even though I'm in college and I work here and there, I do have time on the weekends, and I will be happy to spend an hour or two making something that will help people. So that's all I have to say. Good war, and have a good day.